Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. It is a Tell the Truth Wednesday. I am your host, Mike Barra in Las Vegas, Nevada, joined as I always am on a day like this, on a Tell the Truth Wednesday, by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, Jennifer Falah-Doring in Hayden, Idaho. Jen, thanks for calming me down and talking me off the cliff. I was about ready to go all office space on this fucking printer that broke. Just so many things went wrong this morning already. I got so much to do still. And I'm like, I'm not going to have a minute to myself till about, 7:30 or 8 o'clock tonight. And I just want to strangle something. So Jen has calmed me down already. And Jen, I think we have a bonus today. We have a bonus. You got a little more information. Did you not get some? And shall we tell the people about it right away, or do you have anything else you want to say in the way of introduction?
Well, I'd like to tell everybody about it right away, so we can get questions and ask questions about this and see if anybody knows anything about it.
Okay, so let's just let you do your thing.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't have time to go into meditation today, so I asked Archangel Gabriel some questions on the fly, okay, outside of meditation. And I said, do you have anything about the RV? This is what, people are struggling financially. They need they need answers. They need help. What do you got? Give me something. And he said, which was surprising to me, it's paid. It's paid. And I said, what is paid? He said, the mortgage. And I'm like my personal mortgage? Because I'm not aware of that. Or like people's personal mortgages? He said, on land. And I was trying to figure out whose land? Like the United States? And he said, international ownership expired. And countries can and do own their own land now. International ownership expired, and countries can and do own their own land now. And I'm like, well, didn't they before? He said sovereign nations must own their own land to proceed and make their own decisions about trade, currency, and he said something else, so I put etc. And then I asked Mike, I got in here and I'm like, does this make any sense to you? Can I run this by you before I make an ass out of myself about something that doesn't make any sense? And he said it does make sense. So apparently, not only do we have the whole war scenario being set up, and there was also something, we got the war scenario set up to handle the political situation, okay? This was some other kind of holdup. And it's been paid. And so I'm like, well, like debts to other countries? If we're paying like the central bank and the bad guys, why would we pay? So there was something internationally on different countries where we did not own our own land. And so there was always somebody that what? Who had a hand in our decisions. And he's saying for finance, government, and trade. I am not knowledgeable about that. And so that is just, I just got a little bit more. I need to write that down. It's been paid. Tell me what you know about that.
Okay, well, we only have till about 10:55 tonight because I have a personal financial question to ask you before you go do your next reading. So I'm going to have
Let's do like 10 minutes then, because I'd like to.
It's not going to
A
take very
couple
long.
minutes before I do the 11 o'clock.
Okay. So we'll cut it off at 10:50.
Talk for 6 hours.
Which means that we're not going to get to too many questions today, I don't think, because this is a fairly lengthy explanation. But remember, if you're going to ask a question, we need your name, at least your first name, and the name of the person or entity, dog, kitty, whatever, horsey that you're asking about. So those are important things. So keep that in mind. And the Rumble folks who subscribe for $5 a month will go first. Okay. The United States, this is the long version. I'm going to make it as quick as I can. The United States is not a sovereign nation. It has not been since 1789. What happened is at the end of the Revolutionary War, basically the British had other problems elsewhere in the world, and they cut a deal with the colonists. Say, okay, you can go your own way. That's fine with us. Let's make a deal. Let's make a financial deal. And the Americans came back and said, okay, great, but we have all this Revolutionary War debt. We borrowed all this money from the French. That would be the Rothschilds Bank of France. Borrowed all this money from them, and we can't pay it off. And so the King of England said, okay, tell you what, we will secure your debt. We will become what's called a constitutor of your national debt in return for the rights to the national property of your national government. And we said, okay. So we created a document called the Constitution for the United States of America, which has since been usurped by the Constitution of, which is a fake document. The Constitution for the United States of America is a financial instrument. It promises rights and privileges and property of the national government of the United States to the Crown of England. They held that for quite some time. We then created that was in 1789. In 1791, we created the Bank of the United States, which was our first central bank. That was controlled by the Crown of England in order for them to administer all those things you said, our property, our behavior, all that stuff. We lost our sovereignty as a republic in 1789 when we agreed to this. That had a 20-year cycle. It ran out in 1811. Jen, what happened in 1812? War of 1812 between Britain and the United States. You know why it happened? It happened because the then president of the United States, and I forget who it was, said, well, we're not going to have another central bank. And the British said, oh, yes, you are. So they marched in, they burned the White House, they went to the courthouse, they took all of the land titles in the courthouse and took possession of the United States. This is then, we went into international bankruptcy. The international bankruptcy cycle is 70 years. When you get your bankruptcy discharged, the word discharged does not mean it's forgiven or paid off. It means that you don't have to pay it again for 70 years on the assumption you'll be dead by then. That's what discharge means. So that's what happened to the United States. 70 years after 1789 was 1859. What happened then? The southern states were asked to help pay off the debt that we still owed to the Crown of England and the Rothschilds Bank of France of $500 million. And they said, forget it. We don't have that kind of money. We're going to form our own country and we're going to call it the Confederacy. So then they brought up the red herring of slavery. They started the Civil War, which was financed by the Rothschilds against the Confederacy. The Confederacy was defeated on the battlefield, but keep in mind, the Confederacy never formally surrendered. It still exists as a legal entity, and its currency is still a valid currency. None of that has ever been legally destroyed or knocked down. So that was the Civil War. The slavery was an excuse for the Civil War. It wasn't the reason. Fast forward 70 more years, 1929. What happened in 1929? The stock market crashed because, again, the bankers got together in 1909 on Jekyll Island and said, how are we going to deal with this bankruptcy that we have to address in 1929 in 20 years? They came up with the idea, okay, so we lost our national sovereignty of our government in 1789. The states lost their sovereignty in 1859 with the Civil War. In 1929, the people of the United States lost their sovereignty. They went to the birth certificate system, which was a paper financial instrument. They took away all the gold and silver, and they made us debt slaves. We were also supposed to be given the privilege of creating as much credit as we wanted. It was supposed to be unlimited, but they didn't let us do that. They lied to us about that. And only people who went through and read all of the Gold Act laws and everything, only the few people who are either privileged and in government, or the people that were smart enough to go through and read this stuff, realized that the income tax system was fake and gold and silver were the only real money, and everything was actually debt. All of your dollar bills that you have in your wallet are all debts. They are a promissory note, a promise to pay. It was a complicated system. 1999, flash forward 70 more years. What happened? Well, there were some changes in the tax code I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to use the name of it because it will get me targeted, so I'm not going to say that. But the solution then was, well, how are we going to discharge this debt? How are we going to pay off the Crown of England and all these people that we owe money to? What they came up with was the same thing they came up with in 1929. 1929, the solution was World War II. 1999, the solution was we will have 9/11 happen. We will figure out a way to get ourselves into a war. That became 9/11. And then we will go to war in the Middle East. We will destroy Iraq. We will revalue their currency and make trillions upon trillions of dollars. And Donald Trump, don't forget, has confirmed that we own 35 billion US dollars worth of Iraqi dinar in our bank accounts. That is trillions upon trillions of dinar. So when that system revalues, that pays off the creditors. But what Trump did when he took office, remember the first thing he did? He went on an international trip. He went to Saudi Arabia. He went to visit the Queen. He walked in front of the Queen, which is a break of protocol. You know why? Because we're not your debt slave anymore, princess. We are a sovereign nation. That's what the symbolism of all that meant. And so basically he went around the world and told everybody, this is over. We're done. You're paid off. And most people don't know this, but you could pay off all the national debt, all the paper debt, with a single 0.9999 perfect silver or gold coin in the denomination of, let's say, $33 trillion in national debt. You walk into the Federal Reserve, you give them their gold coin and say, you're paid off. Now go fuck yourself. So that's the background of all this. Everything in the financial reset, everything that we're talking about is backed by gold. And you know, the broker whose identity I can't reveal has talked about the deals he's been doing in the background have been bringing gold, which has been off ledger. In other words, sitting around, not known to even exist, has been being brought into the system and put on ledger. That's why they created the quantum financial system. That's where everything is going, because all the new money is going to be backed by things of actual value, gold and silver, which is defined in the 1933 Black's Law. Blah, blah, blah. This is really as quick as I can make this. So all of the funding for the revaluation and the
That's what he said.
Is coming.
That's what he said. And I just didn't put that down.
Is this gold and silver, which is financing everything. So what Gabriel, right? What Gabriel told you today is that all of that money has been brought into the system as real money, gold and silver, which has what, 27-to-1 value, Jen, over the paper money that we have.
If what I heard is correct.
It's been brought on ledger, and all of those paper debts have been paid off, and no more of those paper debts have to be secured by the land of other countries anymore. In other words, China thinks they own land in the U.S., or they know by now that they don't. They don't. It says that all nations are sovereign. I've talked about the global sovereignty movement since 2010. Every country owns their own land now. And I think whatever the borders are of the countries when this reset happens is what they're going to stay for a long time. And so what you're talking about is what I think Gabriel is telling you is NESARA is Nasara Jasara, I prefer calling it Nasara, is funded. It's paid off, and nobody owns any part of the U.S. anymore. So the Queen, the Crown of England is gone. The Rothschilds are gone. They're all gone. We now have total control through the U.S. Treasury of our country, our states, and our people. And that's another reason why you see these states rebelling against the federal government and asserting their authority again, because they know in the background, and they're afraid to tell the people, but they know that they have their state's authority back, which was taken away after the Civil War with the Act of 1871, turning the government into a corporation, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So what they're saying is, what Gabriel, I believe, is saying is, congratulations, you are now in control of your own destiny. And with that control comes responsibility. We are now responsible for our own fate. That's one of the reasons why individuals are being allowed to have sovereign funds through the RV, because we now have a greater responsibility to our fellow man, to our neighbors, to our families first, to our neighbors second, to our communities third, to our country fourth, to the world fifth. But everybody who gets this blessing is going to have far more responsibility than you had the day before. There's no granddaddy to take care of you.
Why was there a hold up on the bondholders? Why was there a hold up on everything? Why was there a wait on everything? I think back then is when they confiscated the gold, but it like the broker said, it had to be put on ledger. It had to be, there's all this payments back and forth.
Right.
That's why they confiscated all the gold and put it in the Vatican and various places, so that we could never pay off the debt. And we had these endless wars and cycles as excuses to justify it in the public eye.
Yeah, that was the deal we had to make. We had to say we had to come along. We had to say, okay, look, if you discharge our 1929 bankruptcy again, we will finance this guy, Hitler in Germany. We'll start another world war. We will, make all the profits from the war. We will pay you a huge chunk of what we make off the war. And guess what they did then at the end of the war? The German Deutschmark and the Japanese yen, guess what? We took over their currency. We printed their new currency. And 10 years after the war, we revalued their currencies to higher than the US dollar. That's what we paid out to our creditors at the time.
And I asked him, when was this paid? He said yesterday.
Okay. So that means
we can go to gold now. I mean, this is real. This is real. This is happening. I'm getting really excited. Oh my God.
That's about as short as I can make.
Well, I think that's good for today. I mean, I think that's good, Gentil Baratil, for today. Mm-hmm. That was really good, by the way, that summary.
Well, thank you. I would like to record it. I was talking to the Y-Files people, and I think I offered at one point to
Oregon Farm Girl.
Well, to do a 9/11 thing, but I said, in order to understand 9/11, you have to understand all this background. And if you actually put this background out on a popular podcast, AJ, they're going to shoot you in the head. Okay, you're gonna be dead. So because AJ has such a huge audience. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we're okay. And this is the part. This is the part that they don't want you to know, because the entire system will break down. People are going to say, well, wait a minute. You mean I was born in 1970 and all my life I've had this trust fund held by 10 Federal Reserve banks that show me as a human being am worth, let's say, $1 billion. So total of 10 or 11, but $10 billion, because there's 10 Federal Reserve districts. And that's supposed to be my money. And you've never let me access it. You've lied to me. You've made me sign mortgages, which are actually paid out of my funds at the Federal Reserve. That's why I'm listed as the homeowner on my mortgage, because I am. There's even a note in there where the bank says, I acknowledge that I am giving the bank an interest in my property, which I already own. It's in your mortgage somewhere. So the whole scam can't be revealed. So what we're really working towards is a revelation of a new system, but it's not going to be the truth. It's not going to be. They're not going to tell you what was done in the past, because then everybody's going to go, well, why aren't I? Where's my $1 billion?
Wait a minute. All right, we need to go to the chat.
Okay.
Because people are adding in stuff to confirm this. Okay, first of all, Oregon Farm Girl, that was amazing. She says, I pulled a tarot card yesterday, and it said sovereignty. I'm like, that's pretty good, girl. Yep.
Oregon Farm Girl. Okay.
Now, what's Protocol 20? Because somebody said Protocol 20 was yesterday.
I don't know what protocol. I don't know exactly what Protocol 20 is. That was Scott, I think. I don't know what Protocol 20 is. I'm not paying attention to these different schemes.
I don't know what Protocol 20 is either.
Thanks, Susie Q.
Oh my God, we can go to gold now. I mean, I can, that makes sense. I can seriously see where and why, and I did before with the trusts and everything else. I could see where we're going to get debt forgiveness now.
Yeah, because that's where it's coming from.
He also said that you'll start to see the military withdrawals soon.
And guess what was just announced the other day?
Land. Oh
yeah, Iraq just said the other day, they're already beginning the operations of the Americans leaving Iraq, leaving our sovereign land, it said.
Oh my God, it said sovereign land, because I just heard so. I'm having a good day.
I believe
I'm having a good day.
I'm pretty sure it said that. I have to go look up the article. Mark will have it. I'll ask him about that. So yeah, let's can we ask Gabe one more question? See if we can get him on the line. Did I basically summarize the situation correctly, interpret correctly what he told you today?
Good basic summary.
Yes, thanks, Gabe. All right. Well, Jen, why don't we just we got about 20 minutes left. Why don't we, because this is a short show today, why don't we do our advertising, and then we'll go to questions and try to get through as many questions as we possibly can. Okay, share. Are you excited, Jen? I mean, it means
I am excited. I'm just like seeing it all come together now.
Yep.
It's really exciting.
The green light is on.
That's why they're setting up the war scenario to pull Biden out, because people can't tell us what to do anymore.
Yep. Our creditors are no longer our creditors. Okay, these shows, by the way, get pulled down almost as soon as the live stream is completed off of the YouTube channels, Mike Barra 3 and Mike Barra 333. Mike Barra 2 or Mike Barra II still stays up with the content we're putting out. I don't know how it's still there, but you can also go there, or you can go directly to mikebarra.blogspot.com, this very site, which again, I've got to modify. It's got all of the shows we've done recently. It's got Monday's show. It's got last Wednesday's show. It's got Toxically Masculine Tuesday from last night with Blake and Brooks. It's also got links to lectures of mine about aliens and Vincent Fusca and my books and things like that you can pick up on mikebarra.blogspot.com. And it desperately needs an update. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus at thecbdgurus.com. Matt and Lucas do wonderful work. Slide down to the wholesale, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN. Jen, I have a caption for that somewhere. Where is it? Discount code. There it is, cbdgurus.com, discount code alien. So there it is. Discount code is ALIEN, and you can pick up this week's specials. And as an added bonus, it looks like they might have actually achieved it. But if you buy certain products, Mark Z all-terrain vehicle plus one Zim aggro check is what you get for your $30, and $20 of it goes towards Mark's new mobility wheelchair, which hopefully he's not going to need a whole lot longer because he's going to walk in and out of a med bed. Also, ladies, don't forget, you can pick up all kinds of specials for the pets, for the weight loss support, for the immunity boost. The pain cream is good stuff, and just general CBD sleep gummies and relaxation stuff it is really, really good to pick up that stuff over there on Mike Bear. And don't forget, there's also Mike B formal wear. You can pick up Whiskey and Wisdom pajama bottoms, or you can pick up the Mike B Mark Z Aliens and UFOs pajama bottoms. Ladies, who doesn't want those? Who doesn't want those? Also, don't forget, slide over to Pet Club, MikeBearPets.com, and pick up some cool products, health products based on the Coriolis versicolor and reishi mushrooms. Really, really good stuff. Totally organic. Great for your doggies and your kitties and your people. And if you slide on the shop now button, you can see that there's all kinds of cool stuff. I'm giving Barkley mush puppies, and I'm giving him mojos. And he is absolutely, and Diana's going to be over today to give me some more stuff. Absolutely wonderful with the mushroom health benefits in there. And if you want to send an email, just go to MikeBarapets@gmail.com. Diana will answer any and all questions you may have. They've got special treatments for cats. I'm going to get some of the dry cat food because my kitties like that stuff. And also there's products for horses and for humans. You can get the Coriolis Versicolor Enforce Immune System Booster, the Enforce Restore, which is great for your pancreas and your liver and your internal organs. Taking those. Those are great products as well. Enforce Clarity. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Give them a call or send an email to Diana. Tell her about your problems. And Diana was very sick, and she doubled and tripled up on the immune system booster, and she cured herself. And we're not going to talk about what she cured herself of because I can't say that on the air. But talk to Diana. She will tell you her story. And there's also, if you go to Mike Barrett 3 or Mike Barrett 333, there's links to a couple of seminars we've done where they've talked about it. But these guys are absolutely wonderful, as are the folks over at CBD Gurus. Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfala.com?
Okay. I'm getting more information, and I'm getting information from other people. So after that, I'm going to put a couple things together. But yes, go to jenniferfala.com. Right now, we've got for those who don't have a whole lot of money but really need a reading, I'm doing a 15-minute rapid fire reading. What we want to do with this, ask me anything. You're going to want to have your questions written down, and we're going to blow through them as fast as we can in 15 minutes. $39. Get it now. I will pull it down at the end of the week. That's a lot of scheduling work for the 15 minutes, so I'm not putting it up for long. If you really need it, gift cards available. You can get it.
All right. And that's what's going on over at jenniferfala.com.
It is. Okay.
Okay.
There's something going on with the light bulb and the light above my head, and it keeps flashing. It's probably just a light bulb, Jen. Don't freak out. Anyway, so Carissa Holcomb is telling me that protocol first blockchain contract went through yesterday on Stellar. I don't know what Stellar is, but she says protocol.
Stellar is XLM. It is part of the XRP XLM crypto chain, which I've invested in.
My light is still flashing. Protocol 20 is the protocol on Stellar for contracts on blockchain. It started yesterday. Carissa Holcomb.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Stellar Lumens. Yeah, that's part of the XRP XLM. Okay.
Now, what do we know about things when they get quiet?
Is there stuff going on in the background?
Everybody panics, gets depressed, starts drinking, whatever. That's when things happen. When it gets quiet.
Yeah. Okay. Just ordered from CBD Gurus last night and put some toward Mark's chair. That's great. Hang on, I just got to clean my glasses here a little bit. And then we will go on to Rumble and do questions, because the folks over on Rumble, if you subscribe to Real News Live on Rumble, you get to ask your questions first. Okay. Let's do a screen share.
I'm also remember the live that Phil put out talking about a check. Remember that?
I was going to bring that up, the $21 trillion. I wonder if that
hadn't happened yet. It hadn't happened yet. I think it happened yesterday. Something happened yesterday. Something paid. We're paid. It's paid, he said. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I can't focus. Keep getting information.
That is cool. Okay.
All right, people. Let's answer the questions for people.
All right. Again, get over there to the Rumble site. There's a little red button at the bottom on your computer or your laptop. It says subscribe. It's $5 a month. It's the best way to help the show. And hopefully none of us are going to need any help to get things going and keep things going after the next week or so. So let's slide in here and look at the questions. Gary S., Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Good morning, Mike and Jen. Question for Jen. Do you see me, Gary, going to a bank or some other facility for exchange, and how far will I have to travel to get there? He wants to know if he's going to a bank or not.
23 miles.
23 miles.
Yes.
Okay. Hang on.
23 miles.
I have to send a message to Dave Barra. Okay, there we go. All right, Big Poet, Ray's question for today. This is Ray. Did Trump meet with the Iraqi prime minister around last Sunday, as reported, to discuss the prime minister's coming announcement of sovereign currency to the sovereign Iraqi people? Did Trump meet with the Iraqi prime minister last Sunday? Around last Sunday? He did not. Okay, Joanne says, Little Red Castle, $5 red subscriber. Had a really bad day yesterday. I need everyone's prayers. Jen, do you see things getting much better very soon? Well, Jen?
Yeah, after what we just found out, yeah, I do. Listen, that's what I was just, that's the opportunity for me to say this, what I've been getting back here. I keep getting more information. It's going to look messy. Okay. There has to be a scenario put out to justify the transition on the surface level. We know the underground real story. That will come out probably years from now.
Yeah.
Okay. But they're gonna create a scenario to get everything in order and get everybody back in their own country and everything else. It's gonna look messy. We know the truth. Sit back, watch it, relax. Okay.
Right.
Just do whatever you got to do to stay in a safe place. Don't hide in your basement and with your tinfoil helmet on, you know.
Okay.
But it's all going to speed up a lot. It's going to speed up a lot now. It's really going to look messy on the surface, but it's all the surface story so that we can do this thing in the public eye, and the rest of it will be revealed in the rollout of Nasara Jasara.
Okay.
And explain.
Just realized I wasn't fully sharing the Rumble right over there. The little red subscribe button is at the bottom. $5 a month really helps the show. Thank you very much. Okay, Joanne. Everyone sending prayers. Joanne. Gloria Galvin says hello. Little Red Castle. Hello, everyone from Florida. Thank you. Gloria, Little Red Castle, $5 month subscriber. I had a balloon sinuplasty and other procedures yesterday. Will it heal properly?
It's accepting it. Jesus says, you just really need rest. You really need rest, and let it heal. I think it'll be okay.
Christina L, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Will I be single anytime soon?
Who?
Christina. Will I be single? It seems like all you have to do is just say I'm single, but she wants to know if she will,
Christina.
She will be single anytime soon.
You keep going back and forth on that decision, and that is a big, major life decision, and I cannot make that for you.
Yeah. We don't. And if she told you what she saw, then it would be kind of making the decision for you.
Gabriel says it depends on if you're ready for that or not.
Yeah. Yep. I had a dream last night. I was married again to my wife. Jesus. Annette Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Jen, what do you think about this Trump died in 1989 rumor? Trump is dead and has been cloned.
False.
Okay. Okay. Protocol 20 information. Scott, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. My pastor's 25-year-old son Levi has a brain tumor. God, I'm really sorry. It starts chemo tomorrow. Prayers would be great. So no question, but yeah, let's
send me his picture and his full name, please, to my email. It's at jenniferflaw.com. It's everywhere. And I will start doing monthly healings or bi-weekly, depending on how he's doing, for free.
Sarah, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Do you see the new supplement Maca I just started taking, helping my endocrine system issues and hormone imbalance?
Jesus is saying you don't want to overdo it on it. It's not like more is better. There's a sweet spot there in dosing. So if you take too much, it could create other problems. So educate yourself on that, on how much you should be taking.
Yeah, good call there on that one, Sarah. Scott says he likes your new picture, Jen.
Thank you.
Lucy.
Marcy, in the chat, Marcy got that. Marcy found that.
Oh, okay. Lucy, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber says, Jen, will I stay retired or do you see me needing to return back to work this year?
No return.
Okay. Annette, a Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, will my erosion issue be resolved in 2024 from our personal finances?
Assuming that's not Annette that I was thinking of. It's a different Annette.
AJ Bowden. Yeah, Annette Bowden.
No, it is Bowden. Oh, the erosion issue? I thought that was with land.
Yeah, I think it is. Sounds like land thing.
But then she said her personal finances?
She said, will it be resolved in 2024 from our personal finances? In other words, will we have the money to pay for it to be resolved?
Oh, yeah, I see big machinery there digging up things.
Okay, Ivana Curry, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Jen, last year you told me that the process for the state buying my house would start in February. Again, this year you told me February. The surveyors have started coming around a couple days ago. Well, pretty good. It's February, so the surveyors are there looking things over.
Close enough.
Cecilia wants to know, do you see me relocating to North Carolina or the mountains in the West? Cecilia.
It's more probable than North Carolina. I'm really drawn to that. I think that you want to do that more. You won't have to settle, he said.
Yeah. Hubert's mom reminding everybody, if you have a Rumble account, hit the like button and show Mike and Jen some free love. Yeah, you can do that, or you can subscribe for $5 a month. Either way, 413 of you watching over on Rumble today. Yeah, some more clarification on Protocol 20. Okay. Oh, Viper 922. I don't know your name, but I'm going to ask anyway. Hi, Mike and Jen. My cat Molly has been coughing when she purrs and gulping. Can you look in her throat and see what's going on in there? Thank you. We need your name. Let's see if we can find Molly the cat who's been coughing.
Okay, so there is something in there. It looks like a little polyp or something. It does. I don't think that it's like cancer, but for some reason we've got some kind of little ball, swollen ball. Take her in.
Okay, get her in. Camille says, hi, Mike and Jen. I'm in a volatile and unsafe situation with an eviction notice, but no resources to get a place. Do you see me in a safe place and able to pay the bills anytime soon? Thanks, Camille. Camille have a safe place where she can pay her bills.
someone offers you a place to stay for a short period of time, like a matter of a couple weeks or 3 weeks or something like that, and then you find a place.
Carissa Holcomb, again, hi, Mike and Jen. Will I have a project over the summer? If not, will I be stressed about finances? We're always stressed about finances.
You will not have a project over the summer, and you will not be stressed about finances. Carissa Holcomb, you will always be taken care of.
There you go. There you go. Okay, just one or two more. Hello, Jennifer. I have a question. Evan wants to know if his son Joshua will look for him when he gets older.
Yeah.
Jen, do you see
I'm seeing like 18, like after graduation, something like that.
Jen, do you see the Ethereum crypto going up significantly? I hope so, because I own quite a bit of it. But
I don't really want to comment on that.
Yeah. And Jennifer Gadboss says, "Can you please wish my mom Bernadette wish her well? I guess yes.
Happy birthday."
Oh, is it a birthday?
I don't know. I got it was a birthday. I think that's what she means.
Okay. Real quick, Marble, Maria BJ says, "Do you see me running and managing a medbed center in the future?" Thank you, Jen. We love you. My name is Maria BJ.
There's some kind of holdup with actually having your own and running that. Somebody's got, it's kind of like a franchise. So, yeah, but it's not what you think.
Quick and dirty show today. Quick and clean show today. Don't forget, get on over to MikeBarrettPets.com if you have any questions for Diana about how the mushrooms work and what they can heal. By all means, do it. On Rumble, we are Real News Live, and Mike Barrett 3 and Mike Barrett 333 and Mike Barrett 2 or Mike Barrett II on YouTube. You can also find me on MikeBarrett.blogspot.com. On Rumble, of course, Real News Live. On Telegram, Mike Barrett Chat. On Instagram, Mike Barrett lowercase 333. On Twitter X, capital M, Mike Barrett at Mike Barrett, capital M, capital B 333 over there, but it is not for the faint of heart. And you can find Jennifer Falah Doring over on jenniferfalah.com. On YouTube, she's Jennifer Falah Doring, where she's been doing more philosophy shows. She is Philosophy on Telegram, and Philosophy Group Chat, I believe, is on Telegram, right, Jen? And then, Philosophy Chat on Telegram. Okay, great. Also, you can always send us a few bucks at always $$ Mike M. Barrett on CashApp and Zelle MBarrett33 at MSN.com. All right, that is going to wrap it up. Jen, you doing a show tomorrow, Jen?
I am.
Good. I'm glad you have to work tomorrow. I have 2 more podcasts. I have another one coming up. I'm going to put it on my Telegram and on my other stuff here in a minute at noon with Jason Quitt. Is it Jason Q? From Aliens. We're going to talk Aliens for an hour and a half. And then, of course, I think I'm doing Whiskey and Wisdom tonight, unless Mark doesn't want me to come on, because I make all of his Christian followers mad when I say things. So other than that, Jen and I will see you back here on Monday, hopefully with more good news. And again, keep in mind what Jennifer has told you. It may look like World War III, but it's not. So don't freak out about it. Remember what the archangels told you, just be on your screens. Okay? Just be on your screens. All right, guys, love you. We're getting out of here. Jen's got a reading to go to, and we will see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's it? We're done?
That's it. We're done.